Hello everyone, I'm Santiago and today I'm gonna be testing control on the GTX 1650 Super. To skip to any of the resolutions tested, check the timestamps down in the description. So in this video I'll be testing 3 resolutions, 1080p, 900p and 1440p. On each of them I'll show you 2 configurations, one trying to aim to 60 frames per second and the other one trying to be over 30 frames per second with the highest visuals possible. In the options menu, the best way to improve performance without doing much is lowering volumetric lighting from high to medium. That's already a pretty significant boost. Then lowering screen space reflections quality from high to medium also improves performance quite a bit. And then if you want a few extra frames after lowering those, global reflections is a good option to lower as well. In general, I tend to keep volumetric lighting, screen space reflections and global reflections on medium, and the rest cranked up to the max, except in MSAA. If you want to go even further with the extra performance, disable the global reflections and SSAO, although the game will seem to have less depth, especially without SSAO or reflections. My advice with this card in particular is to use the settings I just told you. Volumetrics on medium, reflections on medium, and global reflections on high. That should give you pretty much 50 to 70 frames per second in most cases. Then for 900p, by just lowering volumetric lighting from high to medium with the rest cranked up, is over 60 just fine. And finally at 1440p, in order to be close to 60 frames per second, I lowered pretty much everything to the minimum except in textures and the level of detail option. But personally, I'll just aim for 60 on 1080p and be done with it. The game looks just fine. And a couple of things I forgot to mention, you can select between DX11 and DX12. DX12 uses more VRAM, more system RAM, a little more CPU. So in my opinion, DX11 is the way to go unless you're using RTX on an RTX card. Other than that, I don't see the point of DX12 in this title. And in the resolution options, you got 1080p, 1440p, 4K, 720p, and that's about it. If you want to select 900p like I did, make sure to keep your desktop resolution on 900p, and then open the renderer ini file, which is in the main folder of the game, and change the resolution from the one it's set in that config file to 900p or the resolution that you want. The game usually accepts pretty much any resolution you put there. And on the CPU side, it doesn't seem to be necessary to have more than 4 cores to reach 60 frames per second, so the game overall seems to be more GPU intensive than anything else. But yeah guys, that's about it. I hope you keep enjoying the video, thanks for watching and see you next time!
A welcome message. Communications. We're on the right track. object of power. Looks like the hiss has latched onto it. We need to cleanse it. There it is again. Our welcome message. Communications. We're on the right track. An object of power. Looks like the hiss has latched onto it. We need to cleanse it. There it is again. Our welcome message. Communications. We're on the right track. object of power. It's like the hiss of latched onto it. We need to cleanse it. There it is again. Our welcome message. Communications. We're on the right track. An object of power. It's like the hiss of latched onto it. We need to cleanse it. The message. Communications. We're on the right track. An object of power. Looks like the hiss have latched onto it. We need to cleanse it.